Tony Adams from Lake Eufaula. Fishing on the lake this morning between Barber Creek and the Railroad Trestle. This morning we're fishing with minnows. Fishing 8 to 10 foot deep. Fishing on structure. Summertime's probably my favorite time of the year fishing for crappie. A lot of people has problems catching summertime crappie, but really and truly that's probably the easiest time to catch them. Finding them on structure, knowing the depths, and knowing where the sun's at, because the way crappie moves around the sun, they like shade.
How deep are you fishing in the summertime?
Summertime, I usually get out here early in the morning, late in the afternoon, and my favorite depths, is probably 8 to 12 foot deep with minnows. Now, if some odd reason I'm running late or do a midday fishing trip, then I will go a little deeper. I'll go 12 to 16 feet, and fishing in 20 foot of water. As the sun starts rising, the fish hugs the structure a lot closer, and they're usually on the opposite side of the sun, from the structure when the sun comes up.
They're hanging in the shade, right?
Hanging in the shade, yes sir.
All right, how you catching them in the fall? Where are you finding them?
Usually in the mouths of the creeks, still on structure, debris, but still, about 8 to 14 foot of waters then.
All right, what about the winter time?
Wintertime, I catch still kind of in the creeks, still about the same depths. I'll catch them, 8 to 12 foot deep, around structures, bridge pilings, but creeks would be the time.
What are you using for bait in the wintertime?
Wintertime, I do a little trolling starting from about December to 1st of April. So if it's pretty weather, I'll troll some jigs, and I'll usually trailer them with a minnow, so tip them with minnows. Use many different colors. Usually you just kind of have to figure out the color that they want. I've got a bag, probably got 30 or 40 different colors. As I find out which colors they like, then I'll move more of my pose to the colors they're hitting.
How fast are you trolling?
About 1 mile an hour.
How are you keeping up with your speed?
My hummingbird helix will tell me my speed. As I'm trolling, I look down to see what my speed is.
I see. And that depth finder will show you the fish, won't it?
Yes, sir. It will show you the fish, on the structures. It'll show you the fish, schooled up. The best thing that you could ever buy if you wanted to fish would be,
You got a fish. Got a fish getting there. Get him. Ah, you got him. You got him. Bring him on in here. Hey, oh, that's a bass. Is that a spotted bass? I believe it is.
Yep.
Isn't that a spotted bass? Hold him up there and let me see. So you're going to catch some of them old green trout.
Yes, sir.
That's what people in South Alabama call a bass, a green trout. And so you're going to find them where you find the crappie too, aren't you?
Yes, sir. You'll find them around that structure. They're hungry too. They know where the bait's at. So they will. You'll catch some bass every once in a while.
What's the biggest bass you ever caught when you was out here crappie fishing?
Probably about 5-6 pounds.
All right, let's go to the spring. Where do you find them in the spring? And how do you catch them?
Spring, I'm still working the creeks. Trolling, you'll catch them before they start getting up and before they start schooling into the
in the grass.
In the grass.
Yeah.
I'll catch them in the grass around the rocks. Also catch them. If there's any structure, limbs, debris that's blowed up against the banks. We'll catch a bunch of them. Around the grass, throwing spoons, throwing little jigs, grubs, anything towards the bank. Reeling it back to you really slow. Sometimes I tip them with minnows. Crappie nips. Sometimes I use them, but usually just a jig. Pitching it to the grass, reeling it back real slow, letting it, kind of just working it back. Usually you'll catch them every time.